State Senate race, and we're going to move to a federal election. There's been a lot of dominoes happen since our last meeting in the state of Oklahoma as far as Oklahoma politics goes. Senator Inhofe has resigned from his seat, so that has triggered people to run for the U.S. Senate race, one of those being Congressman Markwayne Mullin. So the domino that shifted there is now his seat is wide open for people to run for. So now we're going to start having candidates for the 2nd Congressional District Representative as well. With that, I'll introduce Eric Wyatt, candidate for Oklahoma 2nd Congressional District.
Let's see if that's going to stay or not. First of all, thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody else, for letting me come out and speak tonight. Hogan and Tom, I wish both of you guys luck in your races. I've known Hogan for 8 years. About 8 years ago, his grandfather was running Senator Inhofe retired, and I talked to some people. Actually, at that time, I was running for Oklahoma House District 21 down there in Marshall and Bryan County on Lake Texoma, about as far southwest in this district as you can get. And at the time, when Inhofe announced she was going to retire, I talked to my wife, and I told my wife, give it about 24 to 48 hours. Markwayne's going to go run for that seat. You know, we all knew that. You know, it's a whole lot better to go run for election every 6 years than it is to run for every 2 years. We all know that. So I wish Markwayne all the best in the world. I love Markwayne. I always have. Has he done some stuff I didn't like? Yeah, but every single politician we have does. If we agree with all of them, then what's the point of people like myself or Hogan or Tom out here going out and campaigning? There's no point to it. So I'm going to get on real quick on this. I'm going to sum up my campaign with 3 different bullet points. It's God, family, and country. God, I am a Christian. My father, my grandfather, and my uncle are all Southern Baptist preachers. Let's get that out of the way. I think as conservatives, majority of us are probably Christian. So let's go ahead and cover that part. That being said, my wife, who's here today. Girls without my wife. What people are not talking about. And go get a court order, am I right? You know, it's not something that they're really interested in, you know. But if I go into Walmart and I go steal a $300 TV, I'm gonna be in jail that night, because they're gonna cooperate. That needs to change. One of the pieces of legislation I've worked with several different sheriffs down in southern Oklahoma with is to make it where a business must cooperate with local law enforcement when it comes to providing information if they have videos or something like that. Not going out there and looking out there to where they can use it to go fish for other crimes. Strictly to be able to go recover that child. We don't have 24 hours or 48 hours to go get a subpoena and go get Walmart or whatever other business to cooperate. It needs to be done. We need to cut some of this red tape. So day one, I will be dropping that legislation at the U.S. Capitol. We need to start curtailing this issue.
That's good.
It was brought to my attention at one of our casinos down there in Oklahoma, down there in southern Oklahoma. A 9-year-old there was an attempted child abduction on New Year's Day, and could not get the casino to even contact their own tribal police department. I got involved. It was a friend of mine, and it took me going out and threatening to go on Facebook Live to all the local news channels down there for them finally to go contact local law enforcement. That's what it took. We can't do that. That's unacceptable. If they attempted once and they get away, they will do it again. We need to stop this. Country. Oh dear God, what can I say about Biden? I don't even know where to begin with him.
Go for it.
You know, my wife knows my feelings on this, and I'm trying to be a little, not nice. That's not the right
Diplomatic.
word.
We all know.
I'm trying to bite my tongue and not use certain words. I guess is a better way of doing it. Regulations. The Biden administration has destroyed, absolutely destroyed, $50,000 to $200,000, depending on the day, from Iran, and about $100,000 to $150,000 from OPEC, which, by the way, still is partially Russian oil and Iranian oil and all that stuff. We're not importing Russian oil right now, supposedly. I don't believe it, but we are still getting OPEC oil, which means we're still getting Russian oil. That means Russia's still getting money, no matter how you look at it. If you think that we cut off all the banking issues for Russia back a week and a half ago, and they were still sending us oil for another week, you think they're going to send it to us for free?
No.
It doesn't take much to figure out that, as usual, Biden's been lying. That's all there is to that one. We need to go back and look at that. Get these regulations back to where they belong. We need to open up the was. There's another candidate in this race who's made the comments before that there's no such thing as a moderate Muslim, and they're all radical. I'm going to tell you firsthand. That Iraqi Muslim interpreter that I had back in August of 2015 that saved my life, he's moderate. They're not all radical. They're all party have been doing. Americans like Mark Wayne Mullin house.
Amen.
To come out here, and I appreciate it. At a U.S.
My name is Eric Wyatt, and I approve this message.